After the surprising love for Euro Truck Simulator, truckers now finally have the next addition to the franchise. As a continuation of the series, players are now swept away with American Truck Simulator, taking you all the way to America. Well, I say America. As for its initial release, players are only able to explore the wonders of California and Nevada respectively, each beautiful and picturesque by their own right. The West Coast immediately fulfilled me with the prospect of a great American road trip as I drove across deserts, cities, small towns, what I think was some Vegas casinos, and a cliff in a desert which is better left not discussed. Far from the fault of SCS Software, the fantastic scenery of California and Nevada unfortunately kinda got stale after my first few hours. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing more thrilling than going 80 on a freeway with a speed limit of 55, avoiding the fuzz, but the unfortunate fact of life remains that you'll see more variety throughout the whole of Europe than in 2 desert states, but that's just me. The most important features from Euro Truck do make a return, with players still building up their own delivery company, and the ever important radio function still as versatile and easy to use as ever. A particular shout out is necessary for the inclusion of Truckers FM, a community run online radio station built specifically around the Truck Sim fanbase. It's a wonderful way to include the fanbase into the game, and I certainly took advantage of it.
Dead racing, and we're playing that one for Yacky this afternoon. Shout out to Fran and John from the Killer Bits. How much, if they're driving around, how much do you not want to bump into them, the Killer Bits? There'll be bits and pieces of truck everywhere.
So the first new change that players will notice is when you finish your deliveries. You may remember the living nightmare of parking your cargo in its designated spot, having the choice of parking it for a little extra cash and glory, or skipping the whole process to keep your sanity. American Truck has probably the greatest addition to the game by giving players the new choice of what is essentially a beginner's mode. Players are now given the choice to park in a much easier spot for significantly less rewards, but still keeping the satisfaction of a job well done. More importantly, it gave me the opportunity to practice my parking so that eventually I could attempt the more difficult positions. Way. In short, American Truck Simulator is the sequel that everyone kind of expected, and that's not a bad thing. There's new locations for players to drive across, and the new drop-off options which I just mentioned are a welcome addition. It's just a real shame that choices are very limited between the trucks that you can buy, and the locations are pretty standard upon release. So we can safely assume to be bombarded with DLC over the next few months. Yay. Depending on how fairly these are all priced, I just have to reserve my judgment on whether the full American Truck Sim experience is worth it. But I do certainly drool at the prospect of the finished picture and driving across all of America, but everything told, it's probably 6 out of 8 bits for me. The original problems of Euro Truck remain. Strict road laws and new speed limits still jump at you in a matter of seconds, and I kinda wish that police cars did something a little more than turn on their sirens and drive past you. Kinda makes them feel like an underused feature. All of that, combined with the fact that it still, as the base game, includes 2 states, it's a bit disappointing. Having said that, it's not like I was expecting the whole of America on its initial release. But if you enjoyed this review, please do give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to keep up with any future reviews or other killer content, the subscribe button is just there below this video. And, as if that's not enough, you can also keep track of us on Facebook, on facebook.com/thekillerbits, and also on Twitter, @thekillerbits. And you can even support the channel on Patreon, on patreon.com/thekillerbits. Even $1 a month is $1 closer to better equipment and stronger energy drinks. So thanks everyone for watching, and keep on trucking, Simulator.